there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So I'm going to do a little update on the Women's Euro, which I've been watching. I've watched quite a few games now, not all of them or anything. I definitely watched all of Wales's matches. Well done to Wales. I know we were like hammered in every game, but still so proud of us making it there and scoring 2 goals. Obviously really chuffed for Jess Fishlock, who scored our first ever goal at the finals and then created the second one. I thought, we were surprisingly bad at the back. I'm going to have a little rant about Wales, because we've built our successes recently on good defences, and I appreciate that England, France are 2 absolutely extremely good sides. The Dutch usually are as well. I know we'll talk about them a little bit more in a second, because they are obviously out as our friends now as well. What point of view? But because there's still so few teams in this competition, it's extremely competitive, like the way that the men's Euro used to be. The Euro groups are so hard, and the quarterfinals could be finals in lots of ways because their teams are so highly ranked. Well done to Switzerland for making it as far as and making it as uncomfortable for Spain as possible. You give them a little bit of a scare, I think, particularly your goalkeeper, who was absolutely amazing. I think goalkeepers are probably on everyone's mind at the moment. I know that the Wales goalkeeper, I think, Patel Middleton, made a couple of errors against France that cost us dearly, but I'm so chuffed for her, though. Obviously she's only like a child practically in goal, and the first Welsh player of Asian descent to play for us at a tournament as well, so congrats. I think she'll be amazing. She plays for Man United, and she's in the Man United squad, and I think she's going to be amazing, and the experience will just make her grow. On the flip side of that, we've seen some absolutely outstanding goalkeeping, firstly from the Swiss, secondly from Germany. Wow, that game, I watched extra time and the end of it. I watched the second half, the whole of extra time and the penalties. And yeah, the goalkeeper was absolutely amazing. And the goalkeeper for Sweden was pretty amazing as well. So yeah, outstanding goalkeeping in this tournament in the vast majority of cases. So let's talk about the matches then. Like I said, I haven't seen all of them, but I'll just go through my main talking points. As usual, Norway did well in the group stage and then fell short when they got to the knockouts. Switzerland started off with a loss in that opening game, but recovered, and as I said, I think I said those 2 teams will go through. I said that I was impressed with Italy, having seen them against Wales recently a couple of times, so I'm not massively surprised that Spain and Italy got out of that group. I said that Denmark are pretty decent, but I thought that Sweden and Germany would get out of that group, and that was the case. And I think I said that, oh no, I can't remember what I said in the end, but I was very conflicted over who would get out of the group, France or Netherlands. To be honest with you, France have been one of the best sides in the competition. Fair play to Germany with 10 players. Kudos to me for not saying 10 men. I'm so used to a certain vocabulary when I talk about football. With 10 players to hold off their amazing attack, because they were such a powerhouse going forward, and they really impressed me. I think they are contenders for the World Cup. Okay, so the Dutch. I thought the first half against the Dutch, Wales did really well. We didn't threaten their goal or anything, but we didn't look that bad in defence. But that lady Miedema came up with an absolute beauty from outside the box, unsavable, and then we just lost our confidence. It was a bit of a, maybe we're not good enough to be at this level moment for us. They scored 2 at the beginning of the second half, and then they sort of shut up shop, and we we pushed back in the last closing minutes, but we looked exhausted at that point. And then obviously the big shock that England lost their opening game quite convincingly, actually. They only scored in the 87th minute. So France really impressed me from the word go. Switzerland recovered, Norway won against. They were the first team to go through. Spain scored another load of goals, some absolute belters. For me, I think Pina is the player of the tournament so far. I think she's absolutely amazing, and I thought that when I watched her play against England in the before the tournament, when they played that final game at home against England in the Nations League. I was trying to think of the competition, the Nations League. Amazing goal at the right at the end for Portugal. Well done to them to try and stay in the competition. Germany beating Denmark, Sweden beating new guys, Poland along with Wales. I think this was their first tournament. Then England crushed the Netherlands, which I was really surprised at the time. And then, like I said, we had a couple of goalkeeping errors in our team. We did manage to draw the match, and at that point, when it was 1-1, so it swung several ways. Initially, they were literally from the kickoff all over us. I was terrified. I thought, oh my god, this is going to be like 10-0. They scored really early on, 8th minute. Then we calmed down, started playing better, and then we scored. And then we were all over them, and I was like, oh my god, we're like all over France. This is incredible. And then 2 goalkeeping errors, and we were done with... Oh no, actually it was the penalty first, which was one of my favourite players did it. I was so gutted. It really shouldn't have happened. Kerry Holland gave it away, and it's really not like her. Shout out to Kaylee Barton, who played on the right rather than up front, did an absolutely amazing job trying to stop Bashar Mallah and help out Esther Morgan, who I think she started all 3 matches, and I don't think she had a very good tournament, if I'm being honest with you. Obviously it says there Patel had a really poor match. I thought Rachel Rowe showed signs of really industrious play, didn't get to see her attacking talent, and I thought actually Hannah James had a fantastic tournament overall. Fishlock obviously did. Esther Morgan I was really impressed with. I know her rating isn't that good, but she ran and ran and ran and ran some more. Her pace is absolutely amazing. Shout out to the French team. Their wide players are absolutely terrifying. Goalkeeper is amazing. So yeah, they are, for me, a big threat when the World Cup comes around. Switzerland then drew with Finland to get through. Norway beating Iceland in that 4-3 match. Spain beat Italy, but Italy were through because Portugal couldn't beat Belgium. Poland with that absolutely amazing win. Well done to Poland. Getting a first win for them. Massive result. Sweden hammering Germany, which was really surprising. And then Wales being hammered by the old enemy. Hannah Kane, however, got the goal. Jess Fishlock with the pass. I thought it was a bit unfair, 6. I don't think we were that bad. But yeah, we were. It was a class apart. But I'm really horrified how many goals we shift. However, the Netherlands did markedly worse than we did. 5-2. They were winning 2-0, and then France just kind of let rip in the second half. And yeah, went through instead of the Dutch, which, let me know if you're Dutch. How do you feel, the Netherlands? Did you think that you were in a chance to win it? Because I think the Netherlands are always there or thereabouts. They were champions 2 tournaments ago. They've obviously reached a World Cup final recently. How do you feel? Like, it must be really weird to go out to the group stage. It was a ridiculously difficult group, though. And I wonder if, people are like kind of angry about how difficult the group was. Because Group A was so easy, it just seemed ridiculous that did I read somewhere? It was like, in terms of actual positions in the world, I think it's the hardest group of history for this tournament, the Women's Euros, in terms of their seeds. Not their seeds, their ranking. Like England are 5th, and I think that Dutch and France like 11th and 12th or something. 11th, 10th. So I think that's one of the hardest groups that's ever happened. Anyway, Italy beat Norway to get through in the knockouts. They played really well apparently. I didn't watch the match, but it was another case of Norway going out at this stage. Sweden had about 4,500 chances to win this match and still managed to lose it. I watched the second half and they literally gave it to England. The penalty shootout was diabolical. Like, I mean, it was the worst penalty shootout I've ever seen, and the only reason that one side didn't absolutely demolish the other is because they were both just as bad as each other. I was watching it in disbelief. It was 2-3 on penalties. I don't know what you would do without Bronze. She scored both the goal to try and get back into the match on the 79th minute and scored the winning penalty. Yeah, she's absolutely amazing. And Sweden must be furious with themselves because they had it in the bag. Even in the shootout, I think they were basically going to win like 3 times and then would like have it saved or just miss completely. When the goalkeeper came up for the goal kick, I was like, for the penalty kick, I thought, oh, why are you doing this? You never do that. That looks awful. And then she skied it. And I thought, oh my god, I could have told you that was going to happen. Yeah, shocking. Spain beat Switzerland. A heroic display by the Swiss goalkeeper, player sent off. It was a bit harsh, if I'm being honest with you. Pina, obviously very good yet again. My favourite player in this tournament so far. I hope Bonatti is up and running soon though, because I think, yeah, no, she did start actually. I didn't watch the whole match. And then epic penalties, complete flip side of the England-Sweden, France against Germany, 5-6 on penalties. It's basically like, this is how penalties should be taken, guys, watch. And they just showed you how it was done. Yeah, Germany went a player down really early on, had to defend against this mega attacking team, and did it. They actually missed a penalty as well, and then the same player stepped up and took one of the penalties and got it right. Yeah, the winning penalty. So, you know, hats off to you, because I would be terrified at that point. And poor Alice Sombat, who had a fantastic tournament, was brilliant against Wales. There's always a player that has to miss, isn't it? So I really feel for the French. But Germany were one of my pre-tournament favourites to get to the final, so I think that's still on, although they have got Spain, and I cannot see anyone beating Spain in this tournament. I predict an England-Spain final, and similarly to how they did recently when they played, I think they played in, were they in Real Sociedad's stadium, I think. And yeah, I think that Spain will beat England in the final. Well done to Italy, reaching a semi-final, and Germany, well done for reaching a semi-final, but obviously you have a very difficult job coming up. Good luck. And good luck to England, but I think that my favourite, and everyone's favourites, Spain, are going to clinch the title. And they've never won a European Cup before. They've won the World Cup, obviously, and are the holders of the World Cup. And they beat England in the final of that one, so we seem to have a little bit of a top 2 situation going on. But good luck to Italy. It would be lovely to see them in the final, and good luck to Germany as well. But my prediction is England-Spain final, with Spain winning it. Okay, let me know what you think in the comment section. Give me a like, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I will do a follow-up video after the final's taken place. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.